back in the human heart, and it was over before it started. Deceived from day one and led away by our own lust. There's not a religion in the world that doesn't agree that something's wrong with us. Question is, what is it? How do we fix it? Are we eternally separated from a God that may or may not have existed? But that's another subject. Let's keep grinding. Besides trying to prove God, it's like defending a lion, homie. It don't need your help. Just unlock the cage. Let's move on how our debt can't be paid. See, short and sweet, the problem is sin. Yes, sin. Man, that's a cancer, an asthma, choking out our life force, forcing separation from this perfect and holy God, and the only way to get back is to get back to perfection. But silly us, trying to pass the course of life without referring to a syllabus. We can heap up our good deeds, chant, pray, meditate, but all of that, of course, is spraying cologne on a corpse. Or you could choose to ignore it, as if something don't stink, like stepping in dog poop and refusing to wipe your shoe. But all of that ends with how good is good enough. Take your silly list of good deeds, line them up against perfection. Good luck. That's life past your pay grade. And the cost of your soul, you ain't got a big enough piggy bank. But you can give it a shot. I suggest you throw away the list, because even your good acts are an extension of your selfishness. But here's where it gets interesting. I hope you're closely listening. Please don't get it twisted. It's what makes our faith unique. See, here's what God says as part A of the gospel. You can't fix yourself. Quit trying. It's impossible. Sin brings death. Give God his breath back. You owe him. Eternally separated. The only way to fix it is for someone to die in your place. But that someone gotta be perfect, or the payment ain't permanent. So if and when you find a perfect person, get him or her to willingly trade their perfection for your sin and death. Clearly, since the only one that can meet God's criteria is God, God sends himself as Jesus to pay the cost for us. Man, that's his righteousness, and it's his death, and it functions as payment. Yes, payment. Writes a check with his life. But at the resurrection, we all cheered, because that means that check cleared. Hey, pierced feet, pierced hands, blood-stained son of man, fullness, forgiveness, free passage into the promised land. See, that same breath that God breathed into us, Christ gave up to redeem us. And anyone and everyone, and by everyone, I mean everyone, that puts their faith and trust in him, and him alone, can stand in full confidence of God's forgiveness.